Welcome, my name is Austin. Today we'll be covering crop changeover on this S780 combine. The material being referenced in this video is all available on the Go Harvest app from John Deere. It's a free app that has nice details on crop changeover, performance issues, and can really help you get a combine dialed in if you are having issues. To get started, we'll start on the front side of this machine with the feeder house drum position. We need one tool to do the whole changeover here, a 24mm wrench. So we'll go through, we'll pull the clip out, get the wrench locked on, spin it back, and lock it up to the upper position. So we need to make sure we do that on both sides. There is one on the opposite side. We'll want to do that one first and then come over and do this side. Next, we'll want to make sure we're on the 26 tooth sprocket, which will run that for both corn and soybeans. As we move back, we'll get to our feed accelerator. We want to have that on the low speed setting for corn and soybeans. If we do get into some high yielding soybeans or a lot of material coming in, we are having feeding issues, we can run that on high for soybeans. But for corn, we'll always run that on low. Moving around the combine, we'll get to our active tailing system. So for both corn and soybeans, we'll run that up in the corn setting. So keep in mind though, active tailings is only on our class 8 and 9 combines. But make sure to have that set up for the corn position. As we move to the rear of the machine, we'll have our crop deflector. We'll want to make sure to set that down in the corn position for corn. And basically we're just making sure we don't have a kickback of cobs going into our cleaning chute. It can damage the teeth on the chaffer. Moving around the machine, we'll get to our chopper and knife settings. So to adjust our chopper speed, we can open up this panel. And right now we can see it's in the pulled out position, which will be high speed, which we'll want to run for soybeans. But since we're getting it set up for corn, we'll push it all the way in. Just keep in mind there is a middle setting, which is neutral. Down below here will be our knives. We'll want to fully disengage the knives for corn. And then we want to make sure we tighten it up again afterwards. Then lastly, we'll move to the center of the machine and we'll want to adjust our rotor speed. So we'll run that in high for soybeans, and for corn we'll want to push it in to low speed, which would be position 1. That concludes the exterior changes to getting a combine set up for corn. We'll move inside the cab and get the display settings swapped around for corn.
The next step is to change the crop from soybeans to corn in the display. Once your machine is powered up, select the Setup button in the bottom left-hand corner. Here, under the Work Summary, we can select our crop type and change it from soybeans to corn. Select OK when finished. Once we have changed the crop type in our documentation or work summary, we can change our crop settings. Select the combine in the center of the screen to access our harvest settings page. Some starting points are to set the threshing clearance at 20 to 35 millimeters, the threshing speed at 250 to 450 RPMs, the fan speed at 900 to 1300 RPMs, chaffer speed at 17 to 22 millimeters, and the sieve clearance at 11 to 15 millimeters. Once you have entered in your combine settings, the very last step is to calibrate your combine for the desired crop. Once you have completed these steps, the final step will be to perform a yield calibration for your desired crop.